Hey y'all, it's Tisha 35. I know it's been a minute. My son's been playing football and it's been taking up my life the last 4 months, but it was all for a good cause because they won the city championship. So, way to go, Cook Hokies. Anyway, something happened to me about a month ago when I was out with a friend around Halloween. She and I went out to this bar because a friend of mine from high school was coming in town to celebrate his birthday. And, excuse me. It's not really coffee. It's eggnog with spiced Captain Morgan's, and it's good. It's like the majority of my caloric intake for the day, but whatever. So she and I go out to this bar, and we get there pretty early because they had a good happy hour. So we're sitting at the bar, and to the left of us is this one guy who seemed pretty cool. We became friends and whatnot. And then to the right of us was this other guy, and he was sitting there with a female. So we chatted it up with the two of them, just, small talk or whatever. And so, anyway, the guy to the right of me um, hands me his cell phone like 5, 10 minutes after we get there, and I'm like, "What are you handing me your phone for?" And he was like, "It's for you." And I'm thinking, how the hell can it be for me and it's on your phone and we just met? So I pick up the phone and I start talking. I'm like, "Hello," and this guy on the other end says, "Hello," and I said, uh, "Your friend handed me the phone and said that it was for me." He said, "Oh, yeah." And I said, "Yeah." And then, light bulb, I realized homeboy is trying to hook me up with his friend on the phone. So I put the phone down. I said, "Are you playing matchmaker?" And his friend just started laughing. So I get back on the phone and I entertain this guy or whatever. I'm talking, getting to know him and whatnot. And I asked him what he was going to do that evening because, his friend's out with where we are. I said, "Well, we're supposed to go to this bar that's, blah, 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 whatever." And I asked him if he had ever been there before. So he told me no. And this guy he was 42, I think. He was 42 and he has daughters who were like 21, 22 or something like that. And so I said, "Well, if you go to that bar, you're probably going to see your daughter in there because it's, a pretty young crowd." So I I asked him, "Well, why don't you come up here where your friend is? The drinks are good, they're reasonably priced, it's good atmosphere, good music, whatever." So the guy's like, "Well, I'm working on a job right now, but I'll come through." So, it tastes good. Anyway, so he gets to the bar, right? And, oh, let me back up some. So he says he's going to come to the bar. He asked me to describe myself. So I told him what I was wearing, and I told him, you know, um, got really short hair. I'm 5'8", 180 pounds. Not afraid to say that. I said I'm a former athlete, so I'm, pretty toned and whatnot. But anyway, brown skin, et cetera, whatever. Big butt. And he described himself. He said that he was about 6'2", light skin, Puerto Rican, really short hair. He said he's about 200. He said that he had been an athlete too, so he's kind of, he's not stocky, but he's got a little weight on him, like me. So maybe like 30, 45 minutes later, he comes in and I was on the dance floor. So I come over and introduce myself, and he smiled at me, and he had a gray tooth. So, at this moment, I pumped my brakes. I'm like, did I just see a gray tooth in his mouth? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was gray. So, I mean, I couldn't help it, but I was disgusted at that very moment. Because, I mean, as you all know, and I discussed this before in my video about deal breakers, date killers or whatever, and the stinking breath or whatever, like oral hygiene is important to me. And the gray tooth was right there. So, I mean, there's no way to miss it. So, anyway, I continued to talk to him and whatnot. And then my friend said she's going to go outside and have a cigarette. So I was like, "Oh, well, I'll go outside with you." So we go outside and she's asking me about the guy. And I was like, he has a gray tooth. So she was like, "What?" And I said, "He has a gray tooth." So the guy's friend who hooked us up comes outside and he says, "So what do you think?" And I said, "I think he has a gray ass tooth." He was like, "What?" I said, "He has a fucking gray tooth." And then he was like, oh, yeah, as if he didn't know the shit. He's been knowing the guy for like 20 years, so how could you not know that he didn't have a great tooth? Anyway, he said, yeah, some other girl I tried to hook him up with said the same shit like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, so A, you knew he had a great tooth. B, you hooked him up with someone else 2 weeks ago, and she said something about his great tooth, and then you can try to hook him up with me? I mean, really? So, he said, well, just, kind of do your own thing or whatever, and, kind of avoid him, and he'll get the hint. And I don't really want to do that because I'm a pretty direct person, and I want somebody to be direct with me. But I know I have a problem with being tactful because I just don't sometimes know how to tell people shit in a nice way, especially when I'm disgusted or mad. So I go back in the club, and they're playing this song, and it was a line dance, and they tend to play it like back to back sometimes. So I'm thinking, well, the song is long already, so we'll go straight to the dance floor. So we start dancing, and lucky me, he played the song, he played it back to back, and he played the remix. So I'm on the dance floor for like 23 minutes or something. So while I'm on the dance floor, my phone's going off, and I'm looking at it, and he's like, what's up? Are you not attracted to me? I'm thinking, what the hell? Like, don't you see me dancing on the dance floor and shit? So I just responded, BRB. So the song is over. I go back to the bar, and I'm like, oh, I need a drink. So I ordered a drink, and then he was like, now he was mad as hell, mind you. He said, so what's up? I mean, you call me out here to meet you and everything, and you just on the dance floor and whatnot. I'm trying to get to know you. I mean, we had a good conversation on the phone. I said, yeah, we did. And he said, so what's up? And I was thinking, first of all, why are you so defensive? So that turned me off too, And then, and I was like, well, I came here to hang out with my friend, and I like to dance, so that's why I was on the dance floor. I was trying to be nice, y'all. So anyway, he said, so what's going on? You want to, you want to talk or whatever? And I said, I'm not too sure if we're gonna be compatible. And he was like, what? Because again, we did have a good conversation on the phone before he came up there. And I said, why is your tooth gray? And he was like, that's what this is about? Because of my tooth? Because I got a gray tooth? And I was like, well, yeah. I mean, what happened? And he was like, I got in a fight like 15 years ago. And I was like, how come you never got it fixed? He was like, I just haven't had the time. And I'm thinking, 15 years? You haven't had the time? Okay, where are your priorities? So anyway, he was like, so you don't want to talk to me because of my tooth? And I was like, well, I just know that if every time we talked, I'll probably be looking at your tooth, whether I want to or not. And it's going to bother me because, I'm attracted to really nice smiles and whatnot. And if you have a great tooth in your mouth, your breath probably stinks too. And again, he was mad as hell. He was disgusted, but I was being honest. So I asked him to blow his breath in my face. And so he did. And surprisingly, his breath did not stink. But he was pretty pissed off, and he just got up and left out of the bar. So that was the end of that. But, I mean, I guess the reason why I came out and said what I said to him is because sometimes when you tell somebody you're not attracted to them, they'll keep trying and trying. And, sometimes you just got to say some shit that makes them repulsive and to the point that they want to leave you alone. And that's what I did. But sorry. Damn. So anyway, leave your comments. Tell me what you think. Ta-ta.